Every life is shaped by a handful of choices that almost nobody notices. They are quiet, they look ordinary, they feel too small to matter. Yet these tiny decisions slowly become habits. Habits become character, and character becomes destiny. Most people spend years searching for one powerful moment that will fix everything. They wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect motivation, the perfect plan, or the perfect time to begin. They believe a new year will finally change them. A new job will give them a fresh start. A new routine will solve every problem. But months pass, another year arrives, and life often looks almost the same. This pattern repeats again and again because lasting transformation follows a rule that many people never discover. The biggest changes rarely begin with the biggest actions. They begin with the smallest choices repeated long enough to reshape the way a person thinks, acts, and lives. This is the truth that separates people who only dream about a better future from those who actually build one. The difference is much smaller than most people expect, yet its results become greater than anyone could predict. By the end of this video, you will understand why some people completely transform their lives, while others remain stuck despite having good intentions. You will discover why motivation fades so quickly, why discipline often feels difficult at first, why your daily habits quietly shape your future even when you cannot see immediate results, and why changing your identity matters far more than chasing temporary excitement. You will also learn how successful people create systems that keep them moving forward even on days when they feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. These are principles supported by psychology and human behavior, and they have helped countless people create lasting change over time. One of the most surprising discoveries in behavioral science is that the human brain is constantly adapting to repeated actions. Every decision you repeat strengthens certain mental pathways while allowing others to weaken. This means your future is influenced less by what you do once and far more by what you do consistently. Most people never realize this because change is usually invisible in the beginning. Progress hides beneath the surface, quietly building until one day the results become impossible to ignore. That is why many people quit too early. They expect instant rewards from actions that require patience. They judge today's effort instead of the direction their daily choices are taking them. The people who eventually succeed often look ordinary at the beginning. They do not always have more talent, better opportunities, or extraordinary intelligence. What they possess is a willingness to keep making small improvements long after the excitement disappears. Over time, those improvements create a completely different life. There is another fact that receives far less attention than it deserves. Every decision you make is shaping the person you are becoming, even if the change feels too small to notice today. Every time you choose growth over comfort, responsibility over excuses, learning over distraction, or consistency over convenience, you are sending a message to your own mind about who you are. That message becomes stronger every single day. Eventually, your actions stop feeling forced because they become part of your identity. This is where real transformation begins. It is not about becoming someone else overnight. It is about becoming a slightly better version of yourself every single day until those small improvements create extraordinary results. Throughout this video, we will break down the principles that make this possible in a simple and practical way. You will learn why waiting for motivation keeps so many people trapped, why tiny habits can produce life-changing results, why your environment influences your decisions more than you realize, why discomfort is often a sign of growth instead of failure, and why patience may be one of the most powerful skills anyone can develop. Each idea builds on the one before it, revealing a complete picture of how meaningful change actually happens. As we move forward, you may recognize habits that have been quietly holding you back without you even noticing. You may also discover opportunities that have been in front of you all along but hidden by routine and distraction. The final lesson brings everything together with one powerful shift in perspective that changes the way you see success, progress, and your own potential. Missing that final piece means missing the foundation that connects every lesson in this video. So stay with me until the very end, because the biggest breakthrough often comes after understanding how all these ideas work together instead of viewing them separately. This is not about chasing perfection. It is about learning a smarter way to grow, one that continues working long after the excitement of a new beginning fades away. If you are ready to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start building a future that reflects the person you truly want to become, then you are in the right place. Welcome to our channel, where we explore psychology, self-improvement, discipline, confidence, and the timeless principles that help ordinary people achieve extraordinary growth. If you enjoy content that challenges the way you think and gives you practical ideas you can apply every day, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community, because the journey toward changing your life forever begins right now. Movement always comes before transformation. Many people spend years preparing for a life they never actually begin. They wait until they feel motivated. They wait until they become more confident. They wait until the timing feels perfect. They tell themselves that next Monday will be different, next month will be better, or next year will finally be the moment everything changes. Days quietly become months, and months slowly become years. The strange part is that the perfect moment never arrives because it has never existed. Every successful person started while feeling uncertain about something. They had doubts, they made mistakes, they questioned themselves, yet they kept moving. This is one of the biggest secrets behind lasting success. Motivation is rarely the starting point. Action is. The first small step creates the energy for the second step. The second step makes the third one easier. Before long, what once felt difficult begins to feel normal. People often believe confidence comes first, but confidence is usually the reward for repeated action. A person does not become confident before learning a new skill. Confidence grows while learning it. Every practice session, every small improvement, and every lesson from failure quietly builds belief. The mind collects proof through experience. It begins to say, I have done this before. I can do it again. That is real confidence. It is built through action instead of wishful thinking. Perfection creates another hidden trap. Many people refuse to begin because they want everything to be perfect. They want the perfect plan, the perfect routine, and the perfect conditions. While they keep planning, someone else with an imperfect plan begins moving forward. Progress always belongs to the person who starts, adjusts, learns, and continues. Every mistake becomes valuable information. Every attempt teaches something new. Every step reveals the next one. Movement creates momentum, and momentum creates change. Once movement begins, another important shift must happen. Many people focus only on changing their habits while ignoring something much deeper. They try to force themselves to exercise, read more, eat healthier, or wake up earlier. These goals sound good, but they often disappear after a few weeks because they are built only on behavior instead of identity. Real transformation begins when you change the way you see yourself. There is a huge difference between saying, I want to exercise, and saying, I am someone who takes care of my body. The first statement describes something you hope to do. The second describes who you believe you are. Human beings naturally try to stay consistent with their identity. When you believe you are an organized person, you naturally clean your space. When you believe you are someone who values learning, reading becomes part of your daily life instead of a difficult task. Every small action sends a message to your brain about who you are becoming. Reading one page may seem small, but it strengthens the identity of being a learner. Completing one workout strengthens the identity of being healthy. Saving a small amount of money strengthens the identity of being responsible. These actions may look insignificant on their own, yet together they slowly reshape the picture you have of yourself. Identity is built through evidence. Every positive action becomes another piece of proof. Over time, your actions stop feeling forced because they match the person you believe you are. This is why small daily actions carry so much power. People often underestimate tiny improvements because the results cannot be seen immediately. One workout does not transform your body. One healthy meal does not completely improve your health. Reading one page does not make you an expert. Practicing one skill for 15 minutes does not suddenly change your career. Because the results appear small, many people stop too soon. They assume nothing is happening. In reality, every small action is adding another brick to the foundation. Think about how money grows through compound interest. At first, the increase looks tiny. then it slowly becomes larger because every gain begins creating another gain. Human growth works in a similar way. Knowledge builds on previous knowledge. Discipline strengthens future discipline. Healthy habits make other healthy habits easier. Confidence creates more confident actions. Tiny improvements quietly multiply until they produce results that seem impossible to explain. People often notice the final success while missing the thousands of ordinary decisions that created it. Years of consistency always appear dramatic to those who only see the ending. The direction of your life is also shaped by what enters your mind every day. The human brain constantly absorbs information from conversations, books, videos, music, social media, and the people nearby. Every piece of information influences expectations. A mind filled with constant negativity begins expecting disappointment even before trying. A mind filled with useful ideas begins noticing opportunities that were always present. This is why protecting your mind is one of the smartest decisions you can make. Choose books that challenge your thinking instead of feeding your fears. Listen to podcasts that teach practical skills instead of endless complaints. Learn from mentors whose actions match their advice. Spend more time with supportive people who encourage growth instead of those who constantly predict failure. The people around you quietly influence your standards without you realizing it. Their habits become familiar, their attitudes become normal, their beliefs slowly shape your own beliefs. Your future is influenced by what you repeatedly allow into your mind. Every day you are planting mental seeds. Some produce confidence and wisdom. Others produce doubt and distraction. The choice belongs to you. Many people depend on motivation to keep moving, but motivation behaves like the weather. Some mornings it feels powerful. Other days it completely disappears. If your progress depends only on feeling inspired, your results will rise and fall with your emotions. Discipline works differently. Discipline continues even when excitement fades. It follows routines instead of feelings. Successful people are rarely driven by endless motivation. They simply continue showing up because their schedule tells them to, not because they always feel like it. A routine removes unnecessary decisions. Instead of asking yourself whether you should exercise today, the routine already provides the answer. Instead of wondering if you should read tonight, it has already become part of your day. This reduces mental effort and makes progress more reliable. Consistency becomes stronger than temporary emotion. Over weeks and months, discipline quietly produces results that motivation alone could never sustain. Learning to accept discomfort is another turning point that changes everything. Growth almost always feels uncomfortable in the beginning. Learning a new skill feels awkward. Speaking with confidence feels unfamiliar. Building a business brings uncertainty. Improving your health requires effort. Every meaningful goal asks you to leave familiar routines behind. Many people mistake this discomfort for a signal to stop, when it is often a sign that progress has begun. Every successful person learns to become comfortable with temporary discomfort because they understand it leads somewhere valuable. Confidence grows each time you face something difficult instead of avoiding it. The mind slowly realizes that challenges can be handled. What once seemed impossible eventually becomes ordinary through repetition. Comparison creates another invisible obstacle. There will always be someone richer, stronger, faster, smarter, or more experienced. If your happiness depends on being ahead of everyone else, satisfaction will always stay out of reach. Comparison also steals attention from the only competition that truly matters, the person you were yesterday. Real progress comes from becoming slightly better than your previous self. Celebrate small improvements because every improvement strengthens confidence. Every achievement, no matter how small, reminds your mind that progress is possible. That belief creates momentum for the next improvement. Everything begins changing when you accept full responsibility for your life. Circumstances may influence your journey, but your response always remains your choice. Responsibility is powerful because it returns control to your hands. Instead of waiting for better conditions, you begin creating better decisions. Ownership replaces excuses with action. The moment you stop giving away responsibility is the moment you begin building real freedom. To make this easier, successful people rely on systems instead of willpower. Willpower becomes tired after making many decisions. Systems remove those decisions altogether. Waking up at the same time every day, exercising on a schedule, reading before bed, preparing tomorrow the night before, and following simple routines all reduce decision fatigue. When good habits become automatic, so every lasting transformation begins with one decision, followed by another, and then another. That is the pattern behind every remarkable life. It is never one giant breakthrough that changes everything. It is the quiet choices made when nobody is watching. Today you discovered that waiting keeps dreams on hold, while action creates momentum. You learned that changing your identity is more powerful than chasing motivation. You saw how consistency beats intensity, how protecting your mind shapes your future, and why discipline carries you farther than temporary excitement ever could. You also learned that discomfort is a sign of growth, comparison steals your progress, responsibility gives you back your power, systems make success repeatable, and patience allows small actions to become extraordinary results. The person you become 1 year from now will be shaped by the choices you make after this video ends. Every book you read, every healthy decision you make, every distraction you avoid, every promise you keep to yourself, and every step you take when you don't feel like it is building your future. Success is never created in a single day, but it is built every single day. The life you've always wanted isn't waiting for perfect conditions. It is waiting for your next decision. As soon as this video ends, don't just feel inspired. Take one small action immediately. Write down your goal. Read one page. Go for a walk. Start that project. Make that phone call. Choose one simple habit and begin today. Small actions repeated consistently have the power to create a future that feels completely different from your present. If this video gave you a new perspective and inspired you to take control of your life, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're just getting started. Every week, we share powerful videos on psychology, self-improvement, confidence, discipline, and success to help you become the strongest version of yourself. Don't forget to like this video if you found it valuable and share it with a friend or family member who could use a fresh start today. Your one share could be the reason someone decides to change their life. Before you leave, tell us in the comments, what's the one habit you're going to start today that your future self will thank you for? We read every comment, and your answer might inspire someone else to take their first step. Until the next video, keep growing, keep believing in yourself, and remember this, the future isn't something you wait for, it's something you build, one choice at a time. No longer depends on constant self-control. It becomes part of daily life, finally. Patience ties everything together. Real change almost always happens quietly before it becomes visible. A tree spends months growing strong roots before anyone notices its height. Personal growth follows the same pattern. During the early stages, it may feel as though nothing is changing. Yet every consistent action strengthens the foundation beneath the surface. Those who stay patient eventually experience breakthroughs that seem sudden to everyone else, even though they were built through months of steady effort that nobody noticed.